My name is Nikita Nityananda, register number 72, class BCom 6M. My topic name is recent amendments in filling of returns as per financial bill. Subject name is assessment of non-individuals and filling of ITR. Amendments proposed in the financial bill. The financial bill 2025, the bill was introduced by the Humble Finance Minister in the Lok Sabha on 1 February 2025. The Humble Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharam has proposed amendments to the bill which were tabled before and passed by Lok Sabha on 25 March 2025. Further, the Financial Minister has provided additional clarification on the proposed amendments through frequently asked questions FAQs dated 25 March 2025. Direct tax related, non-resident related. First one, abolition of equalization levy. It is proposed that equalization levy on online advertisement, commonly known as Google tax, which attracted 60%, shall not apply right and effect from 1 April 2025. A consequential amendment in proposed in section 10 50 of the Income Tax Act 1961 IT Act to remove the exemption available on such online advertisement services with effect from 1 April 2025. Second one, relation to the non-resident providing services or technology for setting up an electronics manufacturing facility in India. The bill has proposed to introduce presumptive taxation for non-resident who provide services or technology to Indian residents for setting up an electronics manufacturing facility in India. It is now proposed that the provisions of Section 44DA and Section 11582 of the IT Act shall not apply to profits and gains of such non-resident taxpayers. IFSC related. First one, relaxation for eligible investment fund and eligible fund manager. The bill proposed that the central government may by notification in the official relax all the conditions for eligible investment fund, eligible fund manager except the condition of aggregate participation or investment in the fund directly or indirectly by persons residing in India does not exceed 5% on the corpus of the fund. It is now further proposed to restore the power to relax or modify this condition where central government may find it necessary to relax the condition. Further, the requirement of considering indirect holding for the purpose of determining 5% of the corpus is also proposed to the removed. Second one, amendment in definition of capital assets. The bill has proposed to bring the securities investment into which is made in accordance with SEBI regulations held by Category 1 or Category 2 alternative investment fund within the definition of capital asset. It is now proposed to cover even those securities which are invested in accordance with IFSCA regulations. Third one, time limit for commencement of operations by investment division of an offshore banking unit to qualify as specified fund extent. The bill proposed that a fund in order to qualify as a specified fund should commence the operations on or before 31 March 2030. However, the limit However, the time limit for commencement of operations by investment division of an offshore banking unit were not extended. Hence, to maintain parity for all specified funds, it is proposed to extend the time limit for commencement of operations for 31 March 2025 to 31 March 2030. Fourth one, power up CBDT to specify conditions for claiming exemption in respect of retail funds at ETF withdrawn. The Finance Number 2 Act 2024 had extended the exemption under Section 10 4D of the IT Act to the retail funds and exchange traded funds ETF in International Financial Service Center IFSC, which have been granted a certificate under the relevant regulations subject to the satisfaction of the conditions as may be prescribed. The bill now proposes to apply this exemption if such retail funds and ETF satisfies the conditions laid down for such funds or schemes in the IFSCA regulations. Thus, no separate conditions will be prescribed for claiming exemption under Section 40 10 4D of the IT Act. Fifth one, distribution of income derived by non-residents on over-the-counter derivatives to be exempt. It is proposed that any income accrued, arise or received by non-resident from overseas banking units or foreign portfolio investors FPLs operating in an IFSC as result of distribution of income on over-the-counter derivatives shall be exempt from tax. 6.1 Exemption on proceeds from LIP issued by IFSC issuance officers. The bill proposed to amend Section 10(10)(d) of IT Act so as provide that proceeds received on a life insurance policy issued by an IFSC insurance intermediary office shall be exempted without the conditions related to the maximum premium payable on such policy. It is now proposed to replace the word IFSC insurance intermediary with IFSC insurance officers. Other indirect tax proposals. First one, adjustment on account of information in the tax return of earlier years can be made in the intimation of current year. It is proposed to insert a new clause in Section 143A of the IT Act to provide that the total income or losses shall be computed after making adjustment for any inconsistency in the tax return with respect to information in the tax return of any preceding financial year. Second one, amendments proposed in relation to block assessment and search and seizure. Finance Number 2 Act 2024 had revamped the provisions relating to block assessment with effect from 1 September 2024. It is proposed that in case. Third one, exclusions will computing undisclosed income. It is proposed that following income shall not be included will computing total undisclosed income of the block period. Income determined under Section 143, 1445, 1476, 153A7, 153C8, 158BC9, 245D10, etc. shall not be included in total undisclosed income of the block period. Fifth one, time limit for completion of block assessment. Where time for furnishing tax return has been intexted, the time limit for completion of block assessment shall be within 13 months from the end of the month in which the last of the authorization for search or requisition was extracted or made. Indirect tax related. In order to harmonize certain entries with the harmonized system of nomenclature HSN, new traffic lines with respect to certain entries were proposed to be introduced. The revision of rates on certain tariff items was proposed to be made in the first schedule on the Customs Tariff Act 1975. Thank you.